Redemption in the dust. A journey to the unseen was there from the beginning, when everything was created. I watched as the earth, the dust, and the waters came together to form the world. And in the midst of that creation, it was decided that from the very dust would come life, humanity, made in the image of the one who is eternal. That day, I understood that dust would never be the end for anyone, but a reminder that the true essence of life is not in matter, but in the breath that comes from my Father. One day, as I walked through a seemingly endless desert, my steps led me to a special place. There, under the blazing heat of the sun, I saw the body of a man lying in the dust. He was not dead, but his spirit was broken, as if life itself had fled from him. I knelt beside him and looked at his face, young, marked by weariness, yet full of unique beauty, like the masterpiece of a craftsman who never abandons his creation, no matter how broken it may seem. With love, I reached out my hand toward him. As my palm drew closer, the dust covering his body began to shift, as if it recognized my presence. Every grain seemed to respond to my call, falling away from his skin and revealing the humanity that lay dormant beneath that layer of forgetfulness. "Rise," I said gently. "Your time has not yet come. I am here with you." As my voice penetrated the deepest parts of his soul, his chest began to rise with a faint breath. The dust was no longer his prison. It was returning to the earth from which it came. His eyelids fluttered, and slowly he opened his eyes. In them, I saw something that moved me, a spark of life, of hope, a search for something beyond what is visible. He was returning, not just to the world, but to his purpose. "Why did I fall?" he asked, his voice weak but filled with longing. Sat beside him, and with patience explained, "Sometimes it is necessary to fall to understand the depth of grace. You were not created to remain in the dust, but to rise from it. Your fall is not the end. It is the beginning of something new. I am here to show you that even in your weakness, there is strength. Even in your darkness, there is light." I extended my hand and helped him to his feet. His body, now free of dust, glowed under the sun as if it had been renewed. His skin seemed golden, like the promise of something eternal. And as he stood, I felt his spirit rise alongside him. "Now walk," I said. "Do not fear the path ahead, for I will be with you every step of the way. This desert is not your destination, but the place where your faith and strength have been forged." As I spoke, the desert began to transform. What once seemed barren and lifeless now revealed small green shoots, signs that life always finds a way. The skies, once silent, filled with a radiance that was not of this world, as if they were celebrating this moment of redemption. "But Lord," he said humbly, "why did you choose to lift me up?" I looked at him with tenderness and replied, "Because you are my creation, beloved from the beginning. And because through you, others will see that no one is beyond my reach, that no one is too small or too broken to be restored. Your life will be a testimony, a light for those walking in darkness. Just as I have lifted you, you will lift others." He nodded, and in his eyes, I saw the resolve of someone who had found his purpose. Then he began to walk, leaving firm footprints in the sand, a reminder for those who would come after him that even in the desert, there is hope, I will be with you always, I said as I watched him walk away, to the very end of the age. The desert fell silent once more, but it was no longer the same. It had witnessed something sacred, something eternal. And I, filled with love for all of humanity, continued on my way, knowing this would not be the last time I would lift someone from the dust. For this is my mission: to seek, to heal, and to restore. To give life to those who believe all is lost. And to show them that, with faith, even from dust, eternity can be born.